All right. With that said, we got a great call up. Man, I tell you what, this young man last week blessed my soul when he came on the 14th of last week. It was a great call. If you guys missed it, go back to it. He says, give yourself the permission to compete. Compete against who? Yourself. He says, then your group and everyone else in it. But first of all, compete against yourself. You know, and you need evidence that it works. And folks, I'm telling you guys, got the evidence. There's too many successful people on the call that have the evidence. Without further ado, he hails from the Southern California area. He's a great family man, a great father. And I mean, he's one of the ACN go-to for the co-founders to go to do trainings and everything else. He had a large group pop up down in Texas. So growing a great leaders down there. We love to have him on the call. I love his tenacity. I love that he got journal after journal after journal dating back to Yoda's days. And he teaches from it. Like all of you should do is take notes, wink, wink. And one day you'll have as many journals as he has. Without further ado, the great, the one and only, compliments to Dean Tarrolly, Regional Vice President.
Mr. T, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
I am good, man. How are you?
Sensational that we got you on here.
Hey, appreciate that. So, hello, everyone. Hope you guys are good. I'm excited to be here. We're going to dive right in, you guys. I got some stuff for you. Hope it's going to have an impact. You know, it's funny, Al, you were you were naming out all those names, and then as I was getting my notes, my final notes prepared, yeah, Princess. That's actually a new team that we have out here in Southern California under Regional Director Jamie Emanuele. Now, I also want to tell you that you said something very important, okay? Really important, I think. And you had no idea what I was going to talk about today or what I was going to ask to do. So how crazy is it? God works in funny ways. And by the way, you guys, if you can't have your cameras on, I would tell you to do so. If you can, I think it'd be great. So check this out. Al and I are friends, and Al is someone that you guys know I hold in high regard. He's helped me. He's coached me. There were a couple tricky times in my business where I had to figure some stuff out, even as an RVP, and I'll never forget those conversations. So, you know, he asked me to do these calls. I still can't believe that every other month he has me. I just figure every other month is going to be my last month. He's like, Dean, we're good for a minute. But he said something really remarkable, and I want you guys to catch what he said, because a lot of people, they tune in, but they're not dialed in. They're tuned into a call, but they're not dialed into what's being said. So you can tune into something, but you cannot be dialed in, right? So check this out. He did not know that I was going to ask him what I'm about to ask him, but I want you guys to catch this. This is ACN. He said, we have 7 regional directors on this call. We need more. We need more. Well, he didn't know that what I was going to ask him is just for the first minute or two today, if I could have let you guys hear from the gentleman that we just promoted to regional director. He had no idea I was going to ask that. Get the out of here. I didn't say the bad word, by the way. I didn't say it. I said, he didn't know that. I mean, I want you guys to think of this. He did not know that I was going to ask him for 2 minutes for Chris Sampson, our newest regional director, to be able to share with you guys, because I think it'll be important for you. But before I even did that, he said, we need to make more regional directors. You guys, I hope you're hearing me. I hope I was talking with Brian Baker yesterday for a minute. I hope you guys are hearing me. So before I show you something on the screen, right? And by the way, just for the record, actually, I'll do it afterwards. So Mr. Thomas, if it's okay, I would just love everyone to hear just a quick 2 minutes on Chris's story, because it's pretty encouraging. In fact, it's really encouraging. So for those of you that are on this call, that you keep plugging into this call, you keep plugging into this call, you keep plugging into the call, but you're really saying that you want to go regional director. I really want you to hear the words and what happened to Chris. And I'm very privileged to introduce you guys to our team, the newest regional director, become a great friend. out of Phoenix, Arizona, Chris Sampson. Chris, Mr. Tom, if it's okay with you, just would love everybody to be able to hear his story real quick.
Look, don't give him 2 minutes, give him 3.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I appreciate both of you. And Mr. Thomas, you may or may not know this, but I remember when you were coming out here in Phoenix in 2008. And I believe it was when you used to have your folder and you'd show us the checks and all kinds of fun stuff. And you made an impact way back then when I first got started in ACN on my first tour of duty, if you can call it such. So I appreciate you, and it's been a long time learning from you as well as Mr. Tarrolly, because I was on his team way back then as well. So as everybody knows, life happens, and life was happening to me. And so in 2010, I stopped doing ACN. And in so doing, I gave up my business. I didn't keep paying for it. I just let it go. I didn't want to have anything to do with network marketing at the time. I was just trying to deal with life itself. So fast forward 6 years, I had some medical issues and some scares, if you will, and wasn't sure how I was going to provide a retirement for myself and my family. And so I got to praying. And as soon as I was done praying, within about 3 to 5 minutes, I picked up a device of technology called an iPad and jumped on Facebook. And wouldn't you know, and this just goes in line with what Mr. Troy was saying about this is a blessed company and things just happen the way they happen. But I know there's some guidance that's out of my control when it comes to it. The first face, when you look on Facebook, quite often says, people you may know. No kidding, goosebumps right now with even telling you. But Mr. Tarrolly's face was the first face that showed up. And I knew him because we worked together before. And in so doing, I said, okay, I got the answer. Thank you for answering my prayer. What took you so long? Just kidding. So I took about a week to chase down Mr. Tarrolly, being as busy as he is. And one thing led to another. I met him in the leadership in Palm Desert, and just to see if the fire would come back and see what had changed over the 6 years. And he said that no stress, no pressure. If you want to jump in, you feel good, let me know. We'll do it. So he asked me after the first hour or two of training, and I said, it's back and I want to do this. I said, but only under one condition. And this is something about character. And Mr. Tarrolly is the only reason that I came back. I said, is if you personally sponsor me and you will coach me directly. So he agreed. He took it a step further. He's been helping me build a team even when I was dealing with life on this tour of duty. And I've got a huge 805 California team. And it's because I signed up one person and he took care of the rest. With that team, Ray Caldwell's on the call. He's one of our ETLs and on his way to RD as well. So that's that. But I know Mr. Tarrolly wants to talk about we need more regional directors. I could have been a regional director knowing what I know now, probably within 90 to 120 days. I even think it could have been sooner, as easy as this last run ended up being.
Hey, Al, I think Chris is running into a bit of a reception issue there. So what he was saying, you guys, is really simple. What Chris did recently is he surrendered. And I told him, I said, you're making ACN too complicated. You're making ACN so mentally draining. And it was just too much. And it's like kind of like going a deep, you guys check this out. Ready? Do you know these people? They do a deep dive into this. They do a deep dive into that. And my psychological, my feeling, my emotion, all that stuff. And I got him rid of all that, rid of it. Here's what I said. Here's what I told Chris to do. Pique someone's interest, get him on the phone with me, get out of the way. Listen up so you can hear how I do this. Pique someone's interest, get them on the phone with me, get out of the way. Now, when I say get out of the way, I don't mean hang up and don't listen. I mean exactly what I said. Be tuned in, but be dialed in. And there's a big difference. Do y'all agree with that? See, I know people that want to make this happen. I'm looking at Latosha walk. She's got her little baby on her and she's sitting here getting the information. You guys know how I feel about taking notes. Get the information, but don't leave it in the call. Take it with you. So anyway, I know Chris had some reception issues. I'm really proud of that guy. He went through a lot of ups and downs, and I got to get into this. I got to get into this training. Oh, Chris, I got to get into this training, but just got to like.
No worries.
Okay, cool. Anyway, you guys do me a favor. Help me show my appreciation and how proud I am of this guy. Man, he is a champion. And I'm telling you, you guys mark my words, because he's stubborn as a son of a gun. He will be a regional vice president because he said he's going to. Okay, so now let me get into something with you guys quickly. Here we go. Last week, I played you a clip from A Few Good Men. Okay, I played you a clip from A Few Good Men. Do you guys remember that? Does anybody remember what the main word I was talking about from that clip in terms of what it is that we do? What's the word? Anybody remember it? I know Julian Lewin Julian, you know, I can always count on that dude. Julian, like he always has those evidence. Marcia Carter, evidence. It doesn't, do you remember Tom Cruise said, listen to me, you guys, because I got another clip to show you, is I'm trying to figure out, why are we not making more regional directors? Why are we not getting more people on the production charts out of this group? I have people on my team. What about you guys? So I have to go back and find ways to try to get through to you what it is that we have our hands on. So last week I said, it doesn't matter what I believe. It only matters what I can prove. It matters what I'm doing, not what I'm thinking about doing. You can have all the belief in the world in ACN. If you don't do anything, guess what? Your business does not change. So now I'm going to show you a different clip. So last week was evidence. This week, you guys, this is a 2-minute clip, and I need you to pay attention, because some of you are going to see this clip and go, oh man, wait a minute. I didn't think that's what this was about. I'm telling you it is, but you got to listen to it. And you got to let me tell you about it when I'm done. So for those of you who have your cameras on, I just need to know if you're ready. Are you sure? All right, listen up. Watch this. You've seen this clip before. Well, most of you have. Certainly those of us that are older have. You've seen this before, but I need you to listen to it. Okay, here goes. Let me know. Mr. Thomas, are we good? Excellent. Here goes. Listen up, you guys. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin. No, stop what you're doing and listen up, because here goes.
The new law of evolution in corporate America seems to be survival of the unfittest. Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated. In the last 7 deals that I've been involved with, there were 2.5 million stockholders who have made a pre-tax profit of $12 billion. Thank you. I am not a destroyer of companies. I am a liberator of them. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Greed in all of its forms. Greed for life, for money, for love, knowledge, has marked the upward surge of mankind, and greed, you mark my words, will not only save Teldar Paper, but that other malfunctioning corporation called the USA. Thank you very much.
So I'm thinking about this, and what I want to try to get across to you guys this month, to get you into production, to get you into action, to get you a tangible result. And then I'm thinking to myself, as I said to you guys a couple weeks ago, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I got to be doing something, because there's really good people on this call, and we should be having more production. And then last week, I talked to you guys about having evidence of your business winning, having evidence of your business succeeding. Now, by the way, you guys, let me ask you a question. If you got 0 customers last week and you got 1 customer this week, is that an improvement? Yes or no? Of course it is. And I don't mean to make it sound like 3rd grade, but let's put our adult hats on. Enough already. Enough. Helping this, helping that, helping this person, helping that person, being a part of this call, being a part of that call, being a part of all these things. Let's get you some results. You have to know that the way that the ACN system works is this. You can't get a result by yourself. You have to help someone, whether you're helping a customer or helping a team member. But is it, you guys, have you ever come to a point in your life, whether it's ACN or something else, where you go, oh my God, enough is enough? Show of hands, who's ever felt that way? What if this is the last call? Because I looked at you and I said, it is time for you to get greedy. Now, look, I'm telling you, greed for greed's sake is not good. But you want to know what? I was thinking this morning, like, how am I going to get this freaking message across? What do I need to do? And then I thought of that. Last week was the clip from A Few Good Men, and this week was the clip from Wall Street. Greed is good, because you want to know what, you guys, if you're greedy for life, how about this? How about this? How about this? You guys, listen up. If you're greedy for your time, the most valuable asset that any of us have, you'll make the extra phone call. You'll do the extra presentation. You'll circle back to the restaurant and pique that person that was a really nice manager. You'll do what most people won't do because you're greedy for life. This is a vehicle that can get you time back. I mean, you guys, it is so, after a year, almost going on 2 years of doing with you guys, it is time to get the results that you want out of this business. So I had to ask myself at the beginning of this month, what am I doing, man? Like, I know I've given you guys great information. There's been great training, and Al and I have had phenomenal conversations. I love the guy. I really do. And that he puts this together for everybody, but it's like, hey, look, my half an hour or 45 minutes, now a half an hour from 9 to 9:30, guess what? I'd like to believe it's valuable for you. I'm letting you know it's valuable for me. So if people keep doing things and they're look, you guys, if you're tuned into what's going on, but you're not dialed in on what this can do for you, you're going through the motions. For any of us who have children, we know what it's like when the kids actually do something or they're just going through the motions. You can see it in a second. If you ever watch sports, you can see somebody who is doing it or they're just kind of going through the motions. If you've ever watched a play and you see that the actors can tell that they're acting, it's the most uncomfortable thing in the world. You feel bad that you spent money on it, and you feel bad for them being up there like, oh my God, this is like a train wreck, because they're not committed to what it is they said they were going to do. And if you're not committed, here's the deal, you guys, listen to me. Listen, if you know inside, even part-time, that you're not all in, part-time committed, don't you think that that's going to come across when you talk to people? By the way, let me take that back. If you talk to people, I should never have to say that. If someone talks to someone, give me a break. Give me a break. But you guys, look, here's what happened with Chris. All right. Here's what happened with Chris. Here's what he did. Okay. Here's what he did. He surrendered. He surrendered to his reason why, and he surrendered to the leader that it was working with him. Me. Tell me what to do. Tell me where to go. Tell me what to say. I'm not going to do anything that you're not telling me to do. And when you guys do that, watch the results that happen for you. And why would I show you Gordon Gekko from Wall Street? One of my favorite movies, by the way. But why would I do that? You want to know why? Because greed for life is good. For your time with your family, for getting out of debt, for living stress-free, that's good. And if someone on this call doesn't get that, then you're missing what this is about. You're missing what this is about. I'm not saying greed to have the biggest car on the block. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying greed to have the biggest house on the block. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying greed for the core value things of life is good. And you want to know what? You guys, I'm telling you something right now. There's men and women on this call that do feel that way. And you want to know what? They will go RVP and SVP because they're greedy for that success because of what it can provide him, the choices and the freedoms and the ability to give that most jobs and most businesses do not allow somebody to do. And until that picture becomes clear, guess what we do, you guys? Give me a freaking break. We get some customers and we share the opportunity with people and we invite them to come look. like, by the way, I want think about this. Think about this. Hey, Natalie, what's up? Think about this. You guys, think about this. Here you go, Mr. T. Think about this. You're going in for a job interview and here's the job interview. Ready? You're sitting in the job interview and here's what they say to you. They look at you and they go, well, do you understand what the requirements of our job, today? So, well, I think I do. So, well, we have a pretty long list of them. Okay, ma'am, sir, I'm ready to hear the list of what my responsibilities would be to be successful here. And the person looks at you and goes, okay, get a pen and grab some paper, put this in your notebook. Here's the list of all the things you have to do. Okay. You have to pique people's interest about our business and you got to sign up some customers. And you're looking and then going, okay, what else? What else do I need to do? No, that's it. That's it. And then you go, well, wait a minute. If I can do this, other people can do this. Welcome to the world of network marketing. Welcome to building a team. You guys, let me tell you something, and then I'm just going to close up with this. And Mr. Thomas, I'll turn it over to you, 9:27. Okay, so here's the deal. I was really greedy to get my time back with my family. I was really greedy to be that dad that never missed anything with my daughter. I'm picking my daughter up in a couple of hours. She has driving class. We're going to go have lunch. We're going to go hang out, and I don't have to check in with anybody. You know what that means to me? I'm greedy for that. I love being the dad. Listen to me. I love being the dad that pulls up in front of the school and takes his kid to lunch. I love that. You want to know why? Not only do I like to have lunch and, part Italian, I love to eat, but you want to know what I want, you guys? You know what I'm greedy for? Listen up. This is important. Freaking listen up. I am greedy for my daughter to have that memory the rest of her life. I am greedy for my daughter to have that memory that I'm taking her to lunch when everybody else is staying at school. I'm taking her to lunch and spending that time with her. You want to know what ACN's about? That's getting a customer and building a team so you can have the freedoms one day that will create a quality of life for you that you want for you and your family. I hope you're greedy for that. You have to learn how to get customers and learn how to build teams and learn how to promote events. 3 things that we do. So I hope that this was helpful. I was looking forward to sharing this with you guys. Listen to me. I give you permission on behalf of Mr. Thomas to be greedy for those things in your life, and you found a vehicle to do it. I give you permission. You are not a bad person by doing that. You are not a bad person for wanting to succeed financially. You are not a bad person for wanting to become a regional or senior vice president in this company. You are not a bad person for wanting to make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month in this business to create a life that, and by the way, that is available. You are not a bad person for doing that. In fact, you're a great person for doing that because what you're doing is you're breaking a cycle and breaking the chains of people that can finally find a way to get some freedom back in their lives. So if you guys couldn't tell today, I was ready for you. So Mr. Thomas, that is what I wanted to share. I hope you guys take this seriously. I hope you guys are greedy for the things that are important to you in your life and know that you found a vehicle and a leader like Mr. Thomas to help you get it.